The Cult Education Institute is an online library that was first launched in 1996. It was originally called rickross.com, but when the rapper Rick Ross became much more well-known than the cult expert Rick Ross, I decided to change the domain name entry point to the culteducation.com site. It is a very large database today that has taken almost 20 years to build, and it includes thousands of articles divided into hundreds of subsections. There is a large message board where there are more than 120,000 entries from former cult members and affected families that is available to the public. There is a virtual library in association with Amazon.com where people can get books about destructive cults or about particular topics of interest related to cults. And there is a links page with additional resources made available. So the Cult Education Institute is a 501c3 educational nonprofit library that is online, available free to the public, and is a member of the American and New Jersey Library Associations. Families and individuals benefit from having the Cult Education Institute online because when we search for information about controversial groups and movements, some that have been called cults, it's convenient to have such a large database where you can go through information, search names, find the kind of background educational material you might need to make a choice as to whether or not to participate in a particular group or program. And I think having that resource there for individuals that might be considering involvement with a certain group or program, or for families who are affected by a loved one who has been recruited into a group or program that is controversial, is a very important resource. And people use the Cult Education Institute database for research every day. Thousands of people use that database. Today, my work is largely built on doing what has been called cult deprogramming, or I would call it cult intervention work. That is, families retain me to do an intervention, much like a drug or an alcohol intervention, with the family to get someone out of a destructive cult. That is a large part of my work. I also do expert testimony in court cases. I've done quite a bit of expert testimony over the years, beginning in the early 90s, and I lecture at the college and university level. I've lectured at more than 30 colleges and universities and testified as an expert in more than 10 states, including United States federal court.